just when I started to totally lose it, there was this huge, loving, formless presence that appeared. And I felt so loved and so protected. I've never felt love like that before, ever. In my 62 years, I have never felt anything like that. And it was just this being, even though I knew who he was, and it was God, but he was formless. And I'm calling him a he because later on he appeared as a he. This presence was just huge. And just, there was nothing, it was just pure love. It was just totally engulfed me. And we started moving very quickly, but we didn't move up or down, we moved sideways. And we were going through these beautiful pink and gold clouds. Um, it wasn't storming anymore, I guess. There was just beautiful pink and gold clouds. It was gorgeous. Finally, we got to the end of these pink and gold clouds, and here we just were in this beautiful garden, or just at the entrance of this beautiful garden. And I'm looking around, and everything was so gorgeous. And it felt like the most beautiful spring day. And if you multiply that by 10 bazillion, that's what it was. I mean, perfect temperature, no humidity, the sky was blue. The flowers, the colors were just brilliant. There were colors I had no name for. And I heard birds singing, and it was magnificent. But that was just like in the first 2 minutes of being there. I could see all of this stuff. And it was just, wow, you know. And then these two young men stepped forward, and they were in these this cream colored linen. It was a linen clothing, and they were glowing, and they were just beautiful. And they were probably between late 20s, early 30s. And they had curly hair, longer darker curly hair than mine, but it had this color running through it. At first, I thought they were angels, and then it hit me as soon as they smiled. It was like, oh my God, I know who you are. And look, they were my two brothers who had died when they were babies. But they were fully grown, and they looked exactly like my dad when my dad was a young man. It was like, oh my gosh, it's you. And so we had this wonderful family reunion, and it was absolutely magnificent. And I kept telling him, Dad would be so proud of you. He would be so happy. Stephen was on one side of me, and Michael was on the other. And this presence moved from, beside me to behind me. And so we were all together, and we moved in deeper into this garden. And that's why I could hear music playing. I heard the sound of music. It was like everything had a vibration. The leaves had a certain vibration. The grass had a different vibration. There was a stream, and it was gorgeous. It just sparkled like a million diamonds in the light. And that water, as it was going over the rocks, the water had a vibration. The rocks had a different vibration. The trees, the birds, the colors, each color had a vibration. So when you put everything together, each of those vibrations, it sounded like a beautiful orchestra, stringed instruments and drums and horns, and it was so beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh. And everything was singing praises to God. It was just so beautiful. As we were walking through, my brothers were, still with me, and that presence was there. And my brothers actually had to tell me that I had died. I did not know. When my brothers told me I had died, I was like, if this is death, I can do it. This is okay. I see people walking around. I see my brothers. Everybody has a body. Everybody looks great. Everybody's glowing. And I thought, okay, if I'm dead, do I still have a body? So I looked down the front of me to see if I had a body. And my hair was going down the front of me. I could see my clothes. I could see my feet touching the grass. I could feel the grass. I had all my senses. My senses were so heightened. I was so aware of everything. It was a better version of me. And I was glowing just like everybody else. And it was like, wow, this is cool. Actually, I felt loved. Accepted. I wasn't worried about my hair or my clothes or my makeup or anything like that. I didn't even think about that. I just felt total love and total peace and total contentment and acceptance and all of that. I just love like I've never been loved before.